Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Why don't we get started here? Hi, my name is Dennis Dayman, and I'm the Chief Privacy Officer here at MaraPost, and I am going to hopefully give you a great overview today of MaraPost Marketing Cloud's newest product called InboxAware. So what is InboxAware for us? Well, InboxAware is an inbox monitor tool, which will allow you to gain insights on your campaign performances. Will also allow you for certain providers be able to go and not only see inbox placements versus junk placements, but also in the cases of companies like Gmail, where, as you know, they have the tabs functionality. We can actually tell you what folder within tabs that your email might have fallen into. And then thirdly is to basically be able to monitor your IP reputation when it comes to sending out your campaigns. Now, the reason why we built this is that we know that people need this type of information and support. We built this tool to support you and your deliverability and the return on the investment that you expect from your programs. For us, when it comes to marketing in today's world, delivery is the highest importance to us at MaraPost, and we want to make sure that not only are we giving you the best in platforms, for sending out information to people, but also in knowing what's happening with those campaigns. We want you to also be more proactive and less reactive as well. Unfortunately, in today's world, when it comes to email, too many large senders of emails are not monitoring proactively during campaigns, and they're usually sort of waiting to see what the results are going to be after the fact. And so we want you to be able to see, as time is moving on, not just on your current campaign, but also in your past campaigns and what could be done over time. And then, we also know, I think, that domain blocking and poor inbox placement can really tell email marketers a lot more about their sender reputation. And so the way that this product works, for some of you who understand it, and we'll talk a bit more about how it works, is that these types of things that we do called seed addresses can reveal certain sender reputation aspects, such as, again, how spam filters judge the email or content and the infrastructure that you're sending from, right? So for those who don't know, what is an email seed list, right? An email seed list is basically a set of mailboxes that are managed by us, the sender or the company, right? And it's designed so that you can sprinkle these seeds throughout your campaigns. Each mailbox represents, in our system, a different ISP or mailbox provider, which can be looked at or selected within our platform. And you can do that based on the distribution of your audience, understanding whether or not you send more to Gmail versus Yahoo, or maybe more to Verizon or AOL or other providers that are out there, right? And really, when it comes down to it, we allow you to customize this reporting and the seed list itself so that, again, the most prolific providers that are in your databases, you can actually see all that information that are there. And so the way that we look at this is a couple different ways, right? In InboxAware and deliverability statistics, your health of your deliverability is measured by basically 3 standard metrics: inbox percentage, missing percentages, and your spam percentages, or the spam or junk box that's out there, right? And to define these, right, the inbox percentage is a indication of how well a user or a mailbox provider trusts your brand, right? It is calculated by looking at the entire campaign itself that you sent and what percent or count of those emails actually made it to the inbox, where they didn't get, connect or didn't get stopped by filters. If they did get stopped by filters, and as we all see, that ends up being your spam percentage, right? Or your junk box, right? A higher spam percentage indicates that a mailbox provider doesn't trust your brand as well. Now, or the users themselves don't, right? So it's one of those things where you don't want to end up typically, because it's not a good thing. But even worse, if they don't like you at all, whether that's the mailbox provider or the end user, then your email is not going to be even accepted by the ISP or the mailbox provider, right? And that's where we get into what we call missing percentages, right? It is one in which a provider or an individual refuses to accept your email and actually bounces that back out to the sender or to the platform to say, sorry, we're not taking this. And it could be for a lot of different reasons. but in most cases, it would be due to a reputational problem that you have, right? So a seed list is nothing more than a list of email addresses. And again, they're like any other email address that you have out there that are on your list, except for that one important, exception to this, right? These seeds are set up in such a way that we're programmatically monitoring and then going through our system and looking for these seeds, looking for your information and your content, and then being able to present that to you in such a manner that you can understand about what's happening within your campaigns today. So what I wanted to also do here is do a platform walkthrough, right? And sort of show you sort of what's happening here. And so you can understand sort of what these results mean as well. So I'm going to switch screens here for just a brief moment here to our demo and let you take a look at sort of what we have here. So when you first log into InboxAware, you see what we call your dashboard, right? And a dashboard is like any sort of dashboard. It is a quick summary of what's happening right now in front of you. And in this case, what we're seeing is a breakdown of mailbox providers. With InboxAware, you can actually customize this dashboard to anything that you would want it to be. You could report on the type of mailbox provider that you were interested in. You can do it by the IP addresses that you're sending from, or even potentially through the sending domain. And in this system here, what you're seeing is just some dummy data that we kind of threw in here over the last couple of weeks and months. In fact, InboxAware has actually been up and running for all of MarPost Marketing Cloud clients since February of this year. But in this system as well, I had mentioned earlier that the seed list is made up of mailbox providers. And so as an example, again, here in terms of customization, I'm currently showing Gmail, Outlook for you. It could be Hotmail and other providers within that Microsoft system, Yahoo, AOL. And then we have added other providers as well, where you can add AT&T, Comcast, Apple. We've recently begun to add in our B2B platforms, Office 365, G Suite or G Apps for some of those who know that. And we've also begun to add in other providers as well that are in other regions of the world, Europe in this case. And we're also working on Asia Pac and other areas too. You also have the ability, again, to continue to click through this dashboard to sort of see exactly, okay, this is the inbox. What does this, the spam percentage look like? Or again, as I mentioned earlier, what does the missing percentages look like? And you can again go through here and say, I only want to see the last 90 days, 30 days, 14 days, or 7 days. But again, it's just a very quick overview as to what's happening with your campaigns. Now, let's say if you wanted to drive down into this information, how would you do that? Well, we're going to take basically that same dashboard and take a look at what you can see within the campaigns. And as you can see here, right, we show subject lines to begin with, right, which is obviously one of the most important things to you is to understand which campaign you're looking at. And then for us, and this campaign ID here is for our MarPost Marketing Cloud clients. They all have an assigned campaign ID, so we pull that information out as well. And for those that are not within the system, within the MarPost family, can also be able to monitor, manage, and be able to see information by campaign IDs as well. But as you come over here, you'll see what ended up in the inbox, and here's your percentages. In this column here would be your spam percentages. And then you can see within the missing percentages, not only does it show a percentage, but it's showing a red color. And that is a threshold warning, which I'll show you a little bit more here in just 1 second. But I think based on this example, I believe we set our threshold to be anything above 10% that is missing or that we did not see. It needs to be red and to let us know. Then it shows you when we first saw those seed lists as well, what sending domain, and then how long that the campaign took. Now, in this case, this is a lot of dummy data here for us in terms of this. So it took only a couple of minutes for us to get this, but we can actually show you how long it took for that entire campaign to go from start to end as well. Then you also have the ability to do a little bit of other filtering if you would like. You can filter by date range for those that may want to look at a specific newsletter category. And in this case, if you look here in this campaign subject line, we have something called the Morning Report. We also have another thing called Metro Daily. And so if I wanted to do a subject line filter on that, I could pick any one of those words and only see matching words to that. We could also break it, again, down by the type of domain or the sending domain. So for those who have multiple domains and multiple campaigns or multiple divisions, you can also do that as well. And then also by multiple IP addresses and also mailbox provider too. And then for those who like to get a little more geekier about the data, right? If you're not one to look at the information here, you do have an option to download this data as a CSV and then massage the data however that you feel that you would want to. So let's kind of drive down into the campaigns for a second here, and we'll just use this one as an example here. So as I click on this, the same information that we just saw in the screen before shows, again, the subject line, the campaign ID, when we first saw that seed list hit, again, the setting domain and how long it took. But as you can see here, we show you, again, inbox spam and missing percentages. We even then tell you how many IPs that we saw this campaign coming from. So at any one point then, if I wanted to, as you can see, these are just some of the mailbox providers in this example, but I can come in here now, and if I wanted, I can come in here and click AOL and basically begin to see the actual seeds themselves, which IP address that we received that test from, the status of it, was it in the inbox? And then again, when we saw that for the first time ever. If I back up on that campaign, and let's say we go to Gmail as an example, right? You can see as well the seed addresses, the IP addresses, but in this case, you see that these seeds ended up in the spam folder. And then there was another one actually here, if you take a look right here, which ended up in what we would call the inbox folder, but ended up in the tabs section and was then classified as promotions by Gmail. And that becomes an important thing for some folks who are concerned about whether or not that they should be in those tabs or not, but it actually does show you that information. And then if you come and take a look at, as an example here for Outlook, you can see that everything that was sent to this particular seed test was all shown as missing, which basically meant that it was rejected. That is why you don't see an IP address. That's also why you don't have any other information here other than we didn't see it because, again, Hotmail was not happy with Outlook was not happy with the outcome of the message, either due to complaints or either due to content issues as well. So a real simple, very informative thing here in terms of what you're looking at over time. We are going to be launching here pretty soon also a block list monitoring feature where we'll also be monitoring not only your domains, but also your IP addresses and several different email block lists that are out there. And we will be able to give you warnings about that as well. You can then also go within here and actually just really quickly take a look at sort of the account settings. Now, I'm going to go from the bottom up here, but I mentioned earlier those deliverability metric thresholds. And I'd mentioned that I think my example was that when missing was over 10%, then you need to show that number in red. And that is literally what is happening here in terms of how we set those thresholds. So these thresholds are very customizable for you and your needs as a customer in terms of what you want to be alerted to. And hopefully what's supposed to be coming around real soon, not hopefully, but what will be coming around real soon is an option where we'll be able to also give you other alerts and other forms as well. You do have the ability to come in here and add in as many users as you want. I know that you can come in and add yourself as a user or an admin, and you can give people certain options or abilities to look at certain reports as well. And then last but not least, you can also see the seed list or download that seed list and include it in your campaigns if you're not already Marpost Marketing Cloud client. And then from there, right, again, you can kind of continue to come in here and do a little bit more of addition of information, right? You can actually edit your profile, change your passwords. And for those who, again, are an admin like I am in this platform, I can add accounts here. Or, again, I can manage seed lists. And one of the beauties of our system that we like is that when you're managing your seed list, you can also upload a couple of your own personal test seeds that might be your own personal Gmail account or another account that you want to be monitoring over time. So, understanding the results, right? Again, what it's telling you, right, is that, by testing your own emails on these seed list will help you identify, any sort of issues that you might be having around spam filters or authentication issues. Again, which specific ISPs are delivering your email, to the inbox and which ones are not. And I'm sorry, let me go back to my slides here. How your list quality affects the deliverability of your email, and whether or not the content of your email is affecting, the content of your email affects the delivery of your email. And so with that, I'll stop there and I'm going to check here. I don't think we have any questions here, but if you had any questions and you wanted to put them into our Q&A off to the side there, I see a hand that's up right now. If you wanted to do this, Madeline, I don't know if we want to do these on voice or are we going to have people submit these Q&As on our platform?
Yeah, I can. If you have questions, if you can submit them using the Q&A chat, it's to discussion bubbles icon and allow you to submit them there. We will address your answers there. So we do have one that came in from Miles Baker, and it's, can we see the chart report of how many emails go to the promotions tab for Gmail?
Let me see if I understand what you're asking me here. Let me go to one of these campaigns here, Miles. Oh, wait, you want to see a chart of it? I'm sorry, that's what you're asking me. Trying to figure out where I need to go here on this one. I am sorry, I don't have that information right in front of me, to be honest, on this demo, so I wasn't quite ready for it. But there is some charting, I believe, that's already in there as well.
Miles, you know what? We will take that one back and get back to you. I'm sure there is a way for you to find out. I think the question is what percentage of, Gmail users are getting the promotions, getting the email sent to their promotions. So we will get back to you offline. I'll follow up after this. We have a few more questions coming in here. So there's a question about, do cloud users, so Maripost cloud users, have access to this already? So actually, we are ready to roll this out to all existing Maripost customers if you are interested. And we will be prompting a survey to all attendees today where they can opt in and say, yes, I want InboxAware, or no, and we will follow up with you if you do answer yes about getting you access to InboxAware. So I can answer that one. So I have a question here from James Baker. If you're a Maripost customer, the seed list will get automatically added to your campaigns.
Yes, if you're a Maripost Marketing Cloud client, they are already being added already to your campaigns, and you're already seeing the monitoring already.
Awesome. So questions are slowly filtering in. I will be sure to note these, and if we haven't answered your questions on the call today, we will get back to you. So keep on submitting them, and I will be answering away as we go. Dennis, do you want to jump into the frequently asked questions that I think are some of the ones that are coming up here?
Yeah, let me pull that up here. I'm trying to find here. There it goes. Oh, there we are. Okay, I didn't see that. Let's see, percentage. Let's see, Morgan, how does tracking work for automated send journeys as opposed to one-off campaigns? If I'm understanding that, if you're talking about, I'm guessing one-to-one emails, that, I'll have to get back to you on that one, Morgan. I'm not sure exactly how we're doing that, because I think journeys, if I'm off the top of my head right now, journeys are not currently tracked right now, right? This is all about marketing campaigns that are being tracked overall. So one-off emails, journeys, and that stuff, they're not, like we're only tracking promotions and A/B sort of campaigns that are out there. Let's see here. See the seed list get added. So we answered James's question as well when it comes to journeys. Let me see, Robin, where there'll be info in there like what is currently is on the ISP tabs, like percentage of opens and bounces, or we have to view that info separately. So Robin, to answer that question, currently you'll have to look at that information in your current ESP platform or within Maripost Marketing Cloud. We're only looking at, again, inbox versus junk versus missing percentages. Ken Scott says, if you notice a high spam or missing percentage on a specific campaign, will InboxAware provide insights on what that might have caused on the higher percentages? Ken, our hope is that in the future, we'll be giving you a little bit more information about that. We'll have some actionable content behind that. But currently today, we're just showing metrics on, again, what's hitting inbox versus junk. Now, typically what you'll want to do though, Ken, is that when you start seeing, let's say in the case of high spam or missing percentages, is that you're going to then want to go back into your platform, whether that's Maripost Marketing Cloud or your own other platforms, and start looking at that campaign to understand what other email addresses might have been blocked. So in the case of, I think we showed Outlook was missing, you would go back and take a look at your bounce logs for Outlook or for Hotmail and say, what information did we get back? And you will usually see within those bounce logs, them telling you that you've been filtered out because of X, Y, and Z, or you've exceeded some sort of threshold, whether that's complaints or content as well. Lisa's asking a little bit of a question about blacklisting issues. Again, Lisa, in a real soon-to-be released version of this, we will be showing blacklisting, proactive blacklisting. So we will be monitoring IPs and domains that you are either on within Marpost Marketing Cloud, or when you do come to us from outside, we'll be able to upload that information in there and be able to monitor that. And that, yes, you will get a proactive alert for those sorts of things. James, when do we expect to roll out the blacklisting feature? Actually, the team is actually sitting on the call right now as well. I know they are not going to want me to give out an exact date, but they are currently working on that right now, and we feel that could be out several weeks. It'll stick around. I know that Madeline and the rest of the marketing team are going to be doing regular communication updates about the new features that we keep adding into the product. So that way you'll sort of know a closer date once we launch that out. I don't see any other new questions here, Madeline, that we haven't addressed here. I know that Miles, you had asked again about a percentage about the promotions tab. I don't still have that in front of me here, but we'll get back to you on that one. But I don't see any new questions. We'll wait another couple of seconds here.
I think we're good to move on to the next slide. I see one question about cost of this product, and as I mentioned, we'll be sending out a survey at the end of this session to allow you to raise your hand if this is a product that you're interested in, and we'll get back to you. I will let you know, everyone on the call today, if you're an existing Maripost for Marketing customer, we do have a promotion going on. So an early adopters promotion happening with InboxAware that is available to all existing Maripost for Marketing customers until July 4th. So if you're American, 4th of July is an easy date to remember. And if you are interested, we'd be happy to get in touch with you and give you more details around pricing and what a package would probably work best for your specific use case.
Hey, Madeline, I'd like to make one quick correction. I'm sorry, I just now realized I might have over-answered a little bit earlier. Not all marketing clients have this tool. If you have been paying for monitoring in past, any one of you that have had monitoring in past are currently already in the platform. If you're currently not paying for monitoring, I misspoke, you do not have it. And what we'll ask you to do is that if you're interested in this product, that you contact your customer success manager or your deliverability manager, and we can get this set up for you.
Absolutely. So thanks everyone for the questions that came in, and thanks Dennis for doing a great job of explaining, the ins and outs of email deliverability, as well as all the benefits that InboxAware is going to be providing our users. As I've mentioned multiple times, number one, if you submitted a specific question and we didn't get a chance to answer it live, you can anticipate a follow-up email from myself with the appropriate answer. Number two, if you like what you saw today and you're really keen on getting access to InboxAware set up for yourself, we will be sending out a survey. So as you exit today's webinar, you will see a survey pop up asking, is this something that you're interested in, and just giving us permission to reach out to you. And we will reach out to you with details around pricing, what it takes to get started up, as well as that promotion we have going on right now until July 7th. So with that being said, thank you, Dennis. We really appreciate it. And thank you everyone for joining. We're really excited about the launch of this product, and we look forward to talking to you all soon.